something to my wife because I asked her, you should have told me you were going, and she said, that why am I saying that? Why am I doing this thing? And I thought it was a joke. My wife.
Thank you for tuning in. Pastor Jerry EZE share life and church story. Guy, stick around to the end and get the full gist of this episode. All right.
Streets of London with my wife and went to shop, and that time, Kai. And by the time we were there, I said something to my wife because I asked her, you should have told me you were going, and she said, that why am I saying that? Why am I doing this thing? And I thought it was a joke. My wife left me in the shop and went home. I don't live in London. I don't know my way around London. She left me inside the shop and went home. I am cyber. One day my wife looked at me. One day I was talking to her. She said, "Hey, then you have a problem." I told her, "Yes. What is the problem?" She said, "The problem is that you like peace too much." Heaven bear me witness. She said that, "You say you like peace too much." I say, "I like peace too much." He said, "Yes, you like peace too much." I'm praying that, are you afraid for the story I'm telling? My wife hears it. When I tell it, she laughs. She even contributes. Oh, yes. Because right now, she's okay.
You have your wife who you are obviously very close to.
Yes.
But also just recognize this unction.
Yes.
And respect it independently of your role as a husband.
Yes. And so I think that my wife and I had our own, we will call it our own illumination season, so to speak. So, I mean, if you read her book, I Almost Ruined My Marriage, so she needed to see the pastor in me, not necessarily her husband, during those teething and very turbulent times, So, and I didn't realize why God was causing me to, to be in that place of being molded by her actions, right? Being a true Christian, by her. So, I mean, things were not going too well, and I still was in that place where I was trying to be the great, spouse, be the very, So, when she came full circle, she realized that, you know what? Beyond even this supernatural, beyond this manifestation, this man is a true Christian. Do you understand? Like, this is what it is. Like you said, that it is not acting, which is one thing I pray to God every day. I'm sincerely in that place where all I desire with all of this, growing numbers is that Jesus be pleased. That is all I do. As in, I don't know what else that, comes to my heart every day, more than the fact that I just want God be glorified in everything. Just look at us and be happy. Look at us and don't feel like, okay, they've joined this bandwagon again. May we never, in our journey, it's a heartbeat for me. May we never, what comes with this whole thing? The attention, the people who want you, the nations of the world. I mean, it's growing. And my desire is just to make sure that I'm still in that space where my heart, I just want to keep loving God. I just want to see Him keep working on me, helping me to live for Him. That's all I want. I don't want to, when these things get on and then you are in that space where everybody, I just want to love God and just keep doing the right thing. Never coming to a point in my life where, you're caught up with a frenzy and you start losing balance. Yeah. So that's just my sorry. Until you've seen a situation of 3 family members having cancer at the same time, and then they've gone through treatments, and I remember these things every morning. I come to the altar, and then if you imagine the number of devices put on, whether it's on YouTube, on Facebook, how many people will connect, so you can imagine how much issues we have to deal with. And people who send us too many, prayer requests, and all that. Sometimes I'm just overwhelmed, and I'm seeing and because my heart is in this, you don't know. Every time there's people who work with me know. Every time someone is healed, the joy, I could tell my peers, I'm so excited, God, I'll be sharing testimonies with them and all of, because I just want to see people smile. I mean, if I hate anything that represents evil, you know, so every time I come, so the burden can't even go away.
Yeah.
The burden can't even go away because sometimes if God doesn't even place the burden in your heart, the things you're seeing, the messages you're seeing, if we finish this interview, if I bring out my phone now without anything and I show you, you'll just see a list of, oh, this one and all of that. I've had to change numbers, but it's not working. You know, so you still have these messages enter into how the new one goes out and people find that one and it just goes out. People are hurting.
Yeah.
So how can, and this is what I feel like the reason why we've seen the miraculous so much in what we do is because of our hearts.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
like you said, you know, compassion. Nobody can walk in the supernatural without compassion. Because I see a lot of pastors who come to me, oh, Pastor Jerry, we want this mantle of the miraculous, lay hands on us. They don't used to lay. I mean, there are things that come from the place of brokenness. Can you carry this burden? What do you want out of this miraculous? What do you want? For me to see people change, to see people smile again, to see families, you know, united again, to see that guy that is, you know, has gone the way of addiction, you know, be restored, but to see homes, to just see people laugh and smile because wickedness in the sun is pro. More than ever before, you know, there's everywhere you look, you see an autistic child, you know, parents as autism, this one, you see this one here, you see, they just sit back and go like, now, wow, as in problem everywhere. Someone wakes up and it's fine. I mean, like 3 months after, the person is now saying something is wrong with me. They say my spine had, you just go for a routine test. And you now go and they say your liver has a problem. By the time you know what's happening, 4 weeks after, everything. I mean, someone just told me, say, oh, Pastor, you know, there's someone who said she was driving. I said 2 weeks ago, she was driving. I said 2 weeks ago, right now, you know, one of my pastors was telling me she can't use her 2 hands. From nowhere, the hands can't be used anymore. So the question is, what is this? So I just sit back and I'm like, okay, this was even in the UK. So what is she doing? What has she's done everything. She's even a medical person. So what am I supposed to sit down and tell? And these are many more. As far as the devil does not rest in bringing out evil, I will not rest.
It was pretty much maybe between when we started attending the church, I was like about 8 years.
Wow.
Yes. So a year later, I was put in the prayer warriors department. So 9. So I was about 9 or 10 because I still remember at primary 5. I had started doing street evangelism. So I'm now using my head to calculate because I remember this particular street evangelism. I was scared. You know, I remember that when it was in primary 5. But then again, by the time I got into, I remember in my JSS1, which was about 9 years old. I was about 9 in my JSS1. So my mom.
Which city is this?
The city is Umuahia, Abia State. Yes. Okay. When you get to the end of Nigeria, you turn left.
Yes. I remember that place.
Yes. So. So and that was the city. So my mom. So I joined the prayer warriors department, and these were times where you can't say you're praying. So whenever you are put in the prayer warriors, so I don't know why they brought a lot of mad people to the church. A lot of mad people. So I don't know why. So it was a prayer, healing, you know, deliverance ministry. So
like what mad?
Stark raving mad. So once you join, once they make you part of the prayer, they give you an assignment. So you have to pray out mad. So it's not this kind of, and the demons that time, I just know there's a difference now. In the demons that time,
we have
and the demons
now.
The demons now are very contemporary. Very contemporary. They don't, that time, you know, the demons could talk. Like the mad people could charge at you, you know.
Hey, Jerry, what you want from me?
The one. They didn't even assign her to me. They didn't even assign that one to me. So she was everybody's assignment. So when I came in, but she did not trouble any other person. It's only me that she'll be and very annoyed. She would come in. Her name is Felicia. I've told the story about Felicia a few times. So Felicia, wherever she is, she will just call me last born. Bia. like last born come. I'm like, oh my goodness, why is this? So one day, she'll be calling me last born. One day she was calling me last born. I was speaking in tongues, speaking back to her. She laughed. She said, what
does that mean?
Stockfish head. So the demons, they say anything they want, they could. So, and I remember my pastor's wife at the time. So I was very stop laughing at me. I remember my pastor's wife at the time. When I kept on telling her, I say, you are the one. Whenever you show up, these demons are quiet. Yes, the wife of the pastor, blind eyes open. I literally saw her do things, and all of that. People will come hungry for the spirit, the gift of the Holy Ghost, and they are sitting there. She asks them, what is the problem? And they say that they want to receive the Holy Ghost and all of that. She said, receive it now. If people will just fall. Wow. I'm like,
like that.
What type of woman is that? So I went and met her. I say, Mama, I don't understand. When you are, do you know that this woman, if they bring anybody that is supposed, like, literally, I am not joking. Like, if you are possessed with a demon and she comes and she asks you, how are you? Next thing you just hear, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. So she inspired me greatly. I wanted to know, this thing is too real as a child, as a small child. It was too impressionable. I'm like, and this is it. Because we don't have power, we are doing too much talk. She did not even come to talk to me about power. I was seeing things with my eyes and all of that. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I really love this thing that I'm seeing. I really love it. And so all of that, my mother, so I even had to ask her, I say, why? Why am I, these people are calling me when they are running away from you? What did I? And she said to me, because there are ashes on your altar. There are ashes on your altar.
Said that to you?
Yes, she said that to me.
Ashes on your altar.
Yes,
what does that mean?
That my prayer life was not robust. I was trying. But apparently, God realized my assignment could not be powered by my prayer life. So there are people who are even listening to us right now. The size of their destiny cannot be powered by their prayer life. So yes, so you know how it is that some of them have the destinies of thrillers. This very big car, and they want to buy exactly. They were using Okada engine or Keke engine to power their. It cannot work. So that's why your destiny is not moving. You no. Yes, and it will not. Yeah,
it's true.
So pretty much that was what influenced me, and this is how my life began, and that was so it was mainly the influence. I'm now thinking about it, the influence of women. The
influence of women.
Yes,
let's
women.
put our hands together for our mothers. Wow. Wow.